So the eagle-eyed or eagle-eared of you out there may have noticed something strange in my last video. Falling right off your vehicle. Now, when you've got a $300 or $400 camera attached to that... Spot the issue? That's right. Even though I was wearing my wireless mic, it was the camera's microphones that were actually recording the audio for the clip. Now, I didn't notice this until I finished recording and started the editing phase. So I immediately checked my GoPro Hero 11 to see if maybe I hadn't configured the media mod properly. However, what I found out was that the media mod wasn't even being recognized by the camera. After going through all the usual troubleshooting steps, reloading the firmware, factory resetting the camera, rebooting the camera with the media mod removed and then replaced back on the camera and turning it on again, none of that worked, so I finally did one more test. I got the GoPro Volta and attached the charging cable to the Hero 11's USB-C port and noticed that the camera wasn't being charged by the Volta. So the final test I did was that I flipped this charging cable upside down, plugged it into the camera, and then saw that the Volta was charging the camera. And this meant only one thing. My GoPro Hero 11 had a damaged USB-C port. Now, since my camera was still under warranty, this meant I had to contact GoPro's customer support to organize a warranty exchange. So sit back, relax and enjoy, because this is DemonView's tale of what happened when I contacted GoPro's customer support to warranty exchange my GoPro Hero 11. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you tuning in to watch and listening to that sound. And in this video, we're going to be looking at warranty exchanging your GoPro camera. Now, this is different than a GoPro Plus Subscription exchange, and I do want to talk about that because it's a very important point. Trust me on this, and you really don't want to get those two mixed up for a very important reason. Mainly, you could end up costing yourself money unnecessarily. So let's talk about that one in detail and the mistakes you should avoid and what you should be doing if you have to warranty exchange your camera. And speaking of things you should be doing, you should be clicking those like and subscribe buttons down below. It only takes a few seconds to do so, it doesn't cost you a single penny to do so, and you'll stay up to date with the latest news, reviews, tips and guides straight from this channel. So click those like and subscribe buttons to help out and show your support for this channel. So, on with our video. Now, I don't know about you folks, but I've read a couple of horror stories online about GoPro support. People basically not getting the support they demand, being given long wait times for a resolution, and this has understandably upset some customers. So I was kind of wary of that, but I had to get my camera issue resolved. So it was time for me to log on to GoPro.com and get some customer support. Now, before I get into my experience, I want to talk to you about the difference between exchanging your camera using a GoPro Plus subscription and exchanging your camera under a warranty exchange. They are two very different things. One will cost you money, the other doesn't. And it's very important that you know the difference, as if you pick the wrong one, you'll end up spending money that you didn't have to, and it'll be your fault. So first up, a warranty exchange. When you buy a camera from GoPro, it's usually covered by not one but two types of warranties. I say usually because these warranties are actually dictated by local consumer laws, so you'll need to check what warranty information is available for your country, as there could be slight differences. However, usually there's a 30-day money-back warranty. Now, this means if you purchase a camera and for if any reason you're unsatisfied with the product, you can request to send it back for a full money refund within those 30 days. Now, this covers the camera only, so if you purchased a GoPro Plus subscription as part of your purchase, that's a separate refund. You paid two charges when you made the purchase, one for a camera, which is a product, and one for the GoPro Plus subscription, which is a service. So note that if you return your camera within 30 days, you get the money back for your camera, but not the GoPro Plus subscription, as that is a separate service. Also, this money back guarantee usually doesn't include damage by the user, so if you drop your camera, break your camera, run over it in your truck, that's on you, not GoPro. Then the second warranty is a 365-day warranty or a 1-year warranty from the date of purchase. And this one states that if your camera fails due to a manufacturing defect, that if you send your camera back to GoPro, they will replace it with another camera, well, usually of the same model, for no charge. Although again, check your local warranty information, as there may be regional differences. Now, a manufacturing defect will be things like your screen doesn't work, or you get lines or artifacts in your images that aren't solved by the usual troubleshooting, or in my case, a faulty USB-C port. And then there's the GoPro Plus subscription. This also allows you to exchange your camera for a replacement model, and this covers a replacement for the camera that's usually outside of your warranty period, For example, older than 1 year from the date of purchase, or even user damage, such as you drove over it in your car and crushed it. However, this is a paid service and is not free of charge. Basically, you contact GoPro support, explain to them the situation, they take your details, give you an RMA, which is Return Merchant Authorization, and they charge you a replacement camera fee. Now, this fee varies by device and country, but in the USA, I believe it's like $99 for the replacement. You then have to send GoPro your old camera, and once they receive your old camera and the $99 payment, they process your replacement and mail it out to you. So this means if you lose your camera or your camera is stolen, that wouldn't be covered by the GoPro Plus subscription, as you have no camera to mail back to GoPro in the case of loss or theft. So why is it important to know the difference? Well, if your camera is 6 months old and has a manufacturing defect, you're possibly entitled to a free camera replacement, as it's covered by that 1 year warranty. However, if you make the mistake of contacting GoPro and saying that you want your camera replaced under the GoPro Plus subscription, GoPro will do exactly what you request them to do. They'll process it as a GoPro Plus replacement, they will charge you that $100 camera replacement fee, a fee you didn't actually have to pay, and that's on you, because that's exactly what you asked them to do, and they're doing what you asked them to do. And one more thing to know, when you send back a camera under a GoPro Plus exchange, I always recommend the following. If it can be removed, remove it. So this applies to the GoPro Plus exchange. Remove that front lens protector. Just like that. Remove the side door. Remove the battery. Remove the SD card. Send back only the camera and nothing else. So what you do, you get your camera, you hold it in your hand. Is there anything you can remove from this camera? If so, remove it, send it back, and that's it. With the warranty exchange, however, you'll want to send back the camera intact, so front lens cover on, side battery door cover on, but still send back the camera only. You do not want to send back any accessories, any batteries, any cables, any SD cards, any cases, anything like that. The reason being that when GoPro sends you a replacement camera, it's usually an e-commerce replacement camera. So it's a camera in a plain cardboard box, there's no battery, no USB-C charging cable, no SD card, there is nothing but the camera itself in that box. So if you make the mistake of sending GoPro back your case, your accessories, your spare batteries, whatever, GoPro will take those, throw them in a bin. And they won't send you replacements of those either, as they were not part of the warranty or the GoPro Plus exchange. GoPro didn't ask for them, GoPro will just dump them. And again, that's on you. So be very, very careful with what exchange you ask for, a warranty exchange or GoPro Plus exchange, and never send back anything other than the camera unless specifically instructed to do so. Okay, so got all that? Good. Then on with my experience with my GoPro warranty exchange. So I went to GoPro.com, logged into my account, and then decided to click on that chat box. Now, I've heard reports of that chat box not working or just failing to load for some people, but for me, it worked just fine. Now, I was using Microsoft Edge, I don't have any firewalls or pop-up blockers activated at the time, so yeah, no issues. So I clicked on that little chat box and I was given the message that I was in a queue and I would have to wait for the next available agent. I pretty much knew what that meant. I'd be left waiting and waiting for ages for a customer rep to finally appear, if at all, and then actually about 10 seconds after that message, a customer service rep popped up, so that took me by surprise, as this is not what I was expecting. Certainly not after all I'd read online. So, after a few pleasantries, the usual, how are you, how can I help you, we got into the nitty-gritty of it. I explained that I needed my GoPro Hero 11 warranty exchanged due to suspected faulty USB-C port, at which point the CSR asked what troubleshooting steps I'd taken to remedy the problem. Now, this was the part I was not looking forward to. Usually before any company exchanges a product, they will try and run through basic troubleshooting steps with the customer. Now, in all fairness, this is actually to the customer's advantage. You see, if this is a customer-caused issue, such as a bad setup, incorrect SD card, or not knowing something like enabling the max lens mod locks your camera to 2.7K, and the customer service helps you resolve the issue, that's a very good thing. It means you're not having to pack up your camera, go to a UPS store to mail it back, pay a replacement fee if applicable, and then wait for all of that to get processed, and then wait for a replacement camera to get mailed out, only to have the same issue happen again with the new camera because it's actually due to a setting that you were using. Now, the downside for me is that I have had quite a number of years experience under my belt. I know all the troubleshooting steps already, I've already diagnosed the issue, and I really didn't want to have to go through all those steps again just because it's on some CSR's flowchart of instructions of what to follow. So I was actually surprised when they asked me what troubleshooting steps I'd taken to remedy the problem, because for a minute there, I had the glimmer of hope that I wouldn't have to go through all those steps again on the phone with the CSR once I explained what I'd done. And I was right. Once I explained everything I did, the CSR said, "It sounds like you've done everything you can and confirmed the issue. Let's get your exchange processed." And then they apologized to me for having a bad experience with the product. I mean, what? Are you serious? Good customer service, time saving, and an apology. I mean, this is not what I was expecting from GoPro customer service, based on what I'd read online and on the web and various forums and all that. I mean, this was not the nightmare-filled experience I'd been dreading at all. I mean, I was kind of disappointed in a way. Kind of like going on a roller coaster that's called the pants pooper. I mean, you go on it and you come out the other side without pooping your pants. And you're glad. You're very, very glad. But also slightly annoyed because you packed that extra pair of pants for nothing. Sorry, off on a bit of a tangent there. Anyway, I was doing just fine with this whole support thing, and then I was asked to do 3 things by the CSR in order to get my return going. Number 1, upload a copy of the original order number, and that wasn't a problem because I still had the email. And GoPro obviously want to check the order and order date to make sure everything was indeed still under warranty. Then number 2, I had to upload a photo of the damaged USB port. Well, I also did that, but in all fairness, there was no visible damage. I'm guessing they just wanted to make sure I hadn't exposed the port to some sort of self-made, soldered-together power solution or something that blew the camera, because that wouldn't be covered by warranty. That would be something that I did. And then number 3, upload a photo of the camera's serial number. That one I actually do get, as they probably wanted to see that the camera powered on with the serial number, and this would prove 2 things in itself. A, the camera hadn't been mishandled, screen cracked or smashed. After all, this would mean that the damage would have been, again, user caused and therefore not covered by the warranty. And B, that the serial number was indeed the serial number of the camera I had bought and paid for, and not someone else's stolen or lost GoPro. 2 things that would pretty much render your camera ineligible for a warranty return. So, after I uploaded those, and it took me all of 2 minutes because, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to taking photos of things. Anyway, I notified the CSR, who verified everything had been uploaded properly, and that was it. Once they verified everything was correct, they emailed me out my RMA form and prepaid shipping envelope. I was done. I mean, they once again apologized for everything that had happened, informed me that all the costs for shipping would be covered, and then they asked me if there's anything else they could do to help me. I mean, wow. Like I said, this was not the experience I'd been expecting. GoPro support were helpful. They listened to my issue. They took note of the troubleshooting steps I'd already taken and didn't make me walk through them all again. They were apologetic, and they got my RMA organized quickly and efficiently. So why was my experience so much different from what other people had experienced? Well, I have a theory about that. So what follows here is a bit of a DemonView rant. Names, dates, circumstances have been changed for privacy reasons. Usually I find people who have real bad problems with GoPro customer support also sometimes have a really bad attitude. I mean, if someone starts ranting and raving about their camera issues, starts dropping multiple F-bombs here and there, you can only imagine what it must be like to talk to that person on the phone. Now, I'm not saying that every single person is like that. They aren't. You know it, I know it, I really do. But unfortunately, it is more people than you think. And let's face it, people can get frustrated very easily these days, as we've learned to accept that type of behavior as the norm. Like, being outraged is right to each and every one of us, because let's face it, very few people, if anyone at all, are bothering to set a better example. So when I contacted GoPro support for my warranty exchange, I was polite. I was patient. I treated the GoPro support person with respect, as they were trying their best to help me with the problem I was having. My product was still under warranty. I was expecting a warranty replacement, which they ended up arranging for me. I was nice to them. They were nice to me. Now, the return center received my camera, last Wednesday or Thursday, so I'm hoping that the replacement will be here within the next 2 weeks. Now, the reason for that length of time is being that the return has to be processed and checked, so they'll probably need to verify the camera's serial number and make sure that it actually is the camera I claimed it was, and then make sure that the camera hasn't been modified in any way, which would invalidate the warranty. Then the replacement has to ship from a different location, and it does sell Surface Post, as there's no 2-day shipping on a replacement. So we'll pick that one up when the replacement arrives. I'll do an unpacking video to show you what the replacement is like, and then do a testing video to make sure it works. Anyway, In the meantime, I hope you found this video helpful, and if there's two things I urge you to take away from it, other than clicking the like and subscribe buttons down below, is that for if any reason you have to return your GoPro camera to GoPro, keep in mind whether or not you should be asking for a warranty return or a GoPro Plus exchange. One is free of charge, the other will cost you money. Then remember, GoPro staff are going to do their best to help you. That's what they are there for. So treat them with respect and be nice. You may be frustrated, you may be angry, but don't take it out on other people. Instead, keep a level head and be the type of customer who deserves to be treated respectfully and nicely in return. So until the next update, cheerio.